We've just passed through Port Wakefield, and that's not really unusual for us. We living in Adelaide, we go through Port Wakefield quite often. But we are going to just get the caravan on the beach, might get the car on a few cliff top areas, which would be really nice. And we can't wait for this one, and look forward to experiencing some beaches and just some good times again.
Somewhere in your car, I felt fast when you stole my heart.
Okay, small problem when you're just trusting the GPS maps that to take you somewhere. We've come down this path and or this track, and it's very, very sandy, which basically takes us onto a beach. We're not going to get down there, so it's time to let the tyres down and try and do a 3-point turn with the caravan on. Sound about right, Holmesy?
That's about right. 3-point turn coming up. This will be interesting. It might end up being 5, 6, 7, 8-point turn. But here we go.
Okay, here goes nothing.
I was hanging off every single word you said. It's summer on the speakers out on the road. Little KU on the radio. Hands at the window, sun sinking low. Singing, raising my baby, whoa. I know those days go by. It wasn't wasted time. Had a little bit of everything. Making memories of you and me. Yeah, back when we were us. Once in a lifetime.
Yeah, stop.
All right.
This is a buck.
Hopefully we can get back on the right track now. I think the right turn is up there. A little bit more complacent to a bigger van and a bit wider, I think. But we've got the trusty Mack tracks on the roof this time, the strip and the shovel. So hopefully, worst case scenario, if we don't need it, good. If we do, we've got it. Great. So happy. We've got the 3 or 4 point turn, and we can move on to the destination for tonight. Looking forward to that first bevy.
Just like my favorite song. Yeah, I never knew something so good could last so long. I know those days go by. It wasn't wasted time. Had a little bit of everything, making memories of you and
Well, after all that, we've got a few scratches, I think, on the van. The van probably took the most of it, but that's how much we collected. Collected a bit of weed, bit of stuff from the road.
A bit more than that.
No, a bit more. Attention to detail, Heather.
Oh, it's in there. Hot water service.
Hell,
I think we need to get that out before we catch it from
yeah, job for later. But we just pulled up at this spot. It's opened up a little bit now. Not quite as many trees as it had.
No, I'm not sure if we've got the most direct route either.
No, there's probably a better way to come, but that was quite interesting. But we've just come across this water tank. In the middle of nowhere. So it looks pretty cool. Anyway, it was interesting enough to stop. So we've made our destination, but we're on the fritz a little bit here, and Heather and I are going to probably grab a beverage and we'll walk up here just to see if there's a better spot to turn around, because it's, as you can see, it's pretty tight to turn around here. It's getting softer and softer as we head up in the head. So
Yeah, it is.
so I think we just grab a beverage, put some sunburn cream on, and maybe go for a walk and see if we can find a better spot to camp and or turn around. Well, Heather, flights are still pretty good.
Yeah, great.
But we've just gone for a walk, and apart from this little sandy hill here, which we'll have to gun it on, There's a magnificent spot around there, so we'll show you once we get there. And then happy hour really starts. Hey Kev.
Hi.
Well, it's a little bit of a challenge getting in here today, and hopefully some of the little clips that we did depicted how much of a challenge it was, because it took every bit of four driving and sand driving, and
We weren't expecting it.
we weren't expecting it. No, that's probably the biggest thing, because Yorke Peninsula is only a couple of hours from Adelaide, but you can still get in trouble on some really off-road tracks. And well, this one's in Wiki Camp, so it's probably no secret, but it's Cape Elizabeth, and you found it.
It's been marked wiki for me for a long time, and been looking forward to coming out here.
Well, actually, you were saying on the way that it was the very first
Pin.
pin that you, when you first downloaded the app of Wikicamps,
Yeah.
you pinned this location as the very first one.
Did.
So now we're here, and this is our spot. So we've got our car and caravan there, and as we do a little 360, as we like to do sometimes, we are looking out to this beautiful view. We're about to get the sunset.
Midnight Milky Way through a cracked windshield. The highway's never known how free this feels. I learned to drive.
Well, Heather and I are just having gyros tonight. They're really simple meals, great cook-ups, beautiful views, and just cooking on the induction cooker here, and watching the sunset and having a few quiet hours.
My grandpa let me steer, I still hear both hands on the wheel. Talk to God on them, we get lost on them, find our way to a rocky mountain top on them, we get stuck on them.
Well, it's a beautiful morning over here, and we're going to go for a quick dip in these crystal clear waters here.
It's pretty nice.
Pretty nice. That's a little friend there. Just, we didn't really like to see that today, but that's a little snaky just heading across the road that we nearly stepped on. We'll let him go up into the scrub, I reckon. But that's a pretty decent snake, and that's standing a fair way away, and he's probably a good 1.5 metres long, I reckon. There's a big snake. You saved my life. I had stepped on that.
Oh.
Lifesaver. Wife for life.
Animal spotter.
Animal spotter. Found this little track this morning, going from one side to the other. I was just wondering what it would be.
That's why the dirt roads make the world turn real slow. Feel the gravel, letting go and stirring up my soul. That's why love running wild through country miles. They're out of style, they take a while, but every winding ride will lead me home. That's why I love dirt roads. Whoa, whoa. Chasing a painted sky and river winding curves. Can't help but feel like
I reckon one of the best things we did was the lithium upgrade, wasn't it? You know,
Yeah, definitely.
getting the batteries and the lithium. But the new Caravans now come with that, come with what we've just added. We've got, what, 510 amp hours of lithium, 800 watts of solar, and we've got a 200 watt portable one as well. But I reckon the equation's about right, what we think. It's whatever you've got in batteries, us say 510, I reckon you should aim for double that in solar wattage on the roof, which we've got if we actually add the portable. Because just this morning having breakfast, like Heather was cooking some scrambled eggs, beautiful, on the 1500 watt induction cooktop. I had the milk frother going inside, the coffee machine going inside, we had the toaster on, you know, all of that sort of stuff. Yes, it might have taken a couple of % off the battery during cooking breakfast, but by the end of breakfast, the sun was shining, we were back up to 99%. And I just checked, and we were putting in nearly 600 watts of wattage just in solar, which is pretty amazing. So you're back up to 100%, you know, very, very quickly. So, you know, going back to that solar and lithium upgrade is well worth it, because you can do all the mod cons from what you do at home. It's your basically your travelling little, what do we call it? We're not really camping, are we? It's
No.
You've got your little house on wheels, and you can go anywhere, just like we're doing on this particular trip down the you know, the western part of Yorke Peninsula. And I reckon we do have some of the best beaches in the country right here on our doorstep. It's just beautiful. Well, we're still travelling in school holiday period at the moment, and yes, it was difficult getting in here, but it's very quiet, and we've probably gone about as far as we can in a van and you know, 19-foot Caravan, because it does get quite sandy, but it does go right down onto a beach. So if you had a rooftop tent or maybe a hybrid smaller Caravan, you can get right down onto the beach and camp actually on the sand and on the dunes and everything, because that's certainly available here. But yeah, there's probably only 3 or 4 other people here as you go around, and we're probably almost a kilometre from our nearest camper. So yeah, very isolated, which is really nice. It's nice to get away and not be surrounded by lots of people. So we've certainly got that here. Well, here's to being on the beautiful Yorke Peninsula and drinking their very own local Farmer's Gold by What's a Cowie. Love it. Love that sound. Well, one of the really disappointing thing has happened on this trip. We got to this location and there's just rubbish everywhere, and we thought yesterday can't be bothered doing it, but we thought, gee, if we wanted something to change, why not clean up the place? Because there's just toilet paper everywhere and bits of plastic and everything. And one of our favourite beaches, Warralty Beach, not far from here, was closed because of that reason, because campers can't do the right thing. So we found some pliers. We don't want to touch it because there's toilet paper everywhere, and we know where it's been, quite honest, and we don't really want to go there. So pliers are working, and it's not very funny, is it? We're laughing a little bit, but it's gross. And I think campers at free sites in particular just need to do better. It's not that hard, you know. If you can't be self-contained, don't come, or
Take your rubbish with you.
Take your rubbish with you. Really, it's that easy. So we're going to spend the next, I don't know, 10-15 minutes trying to clean up as much rubbish as we can, but it's not great, and I wish we didn't have to do it. So this stuff here was just within a 50-metre radius of our caravan, and there's more elsewhere. It's just disappointing. Anyway, we've done a bit to help improve things, but I wish things would change and people would take better care of their campsite, especially when they're paying nothing for it. It's free.
Scattered That's why I love dirt roads. Yeah, that's why I love dirt roads. That's why I love dirt roads. Make the world turn real slow.
We're just walking along the beach here, and the sand, as far as you can see, isn't it, Heath?
There is. Tide's out a long way.
The tide is out a long way, but there's still water around the peaks here, around the points. And there is some caravans or campers spotted just along a little track up here, so we think the campsite must travel along this way quite a bit, so we might check that out shortly for next time we're here. But right in the distance over there, we can probably see what we think is Munta. So
Let go and stirring up my soul. That's why I love running wild through country miles. They're out of style, they take a while, but every winding ride will lead me home. That's why I love dirt.
So note to self for next time, much easier way in rather than the 6Ks that we came in that are quite narrow, which is just over there. There's a road just here which comes in, well, I believe off the highway, and we're about to see, I think it's a much better road, and then we see that little tank and we turn left there. Thumbs up, much better way to get in.
We've just arrived at Sunny Hill Distillery. This is a spot that I've been wanting to come to for quite a while.
Haven't you?
Yeah, we've driven past a number of times, just been en route and just haven't had a chance or time to do it. But anyway, it's pack your own little picnic, and we've just done that in the caravan.
Yeah.
And we're going to go in and try some of their spirits.
Looking forward to it. There's a few flights on offer there, I think, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a few ranges of discovery, sort of flight tastings that you can do, but we'll see what they've got to offer.
Cool, Sunny Hill. Is that your hat that just went again?
Yeah.
How many times is that? 6, 7?
That's why I love dirt roads.
Well, happy hour time again, Hev.
Yeah, thank God.
Always happy hour. We didn't travel very far today, but the plan was to go to Barker's Rocks, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we got there, and it was a bit of a car park, to be honest. It was too many people, too close, I suppose, for what we were looking for.
And very limited sea view as well.
Very limited. If you had the perfect spot there, like one spot, you might get the sea view and everything, but it was too tight.
We also went into Royalties as well, and
that was a bit of a sore point, Warranty, yeah, because we know how good it can be there, and it was like 11 sites available. Got there, it was packed, and yeah, no bastard will let you in, really. And
they spread their wings.
They spread their wings, so that was disappointing, and the whole beach was vacant, and we know how beautiful it is and how beautiful it should be. Different story, don't get me started on that one. So we continued on to Point Turton. So we have the beautiful Point Turton over here, and we've continued along the Corny Point road. I think it's called the North Coast Road, but along towards Corny Point a little bit, and found this beautiful little camp here with water views. So
yeah, this is one of the Yorke Peninsula bush camps.
Chasing these acres since 18 years old. Now those acres are mine, and they're calling me home. I'm out on the road almost 4 nights a week, and as soon as I'm home, it's just cold beer and sleep. I love the crowds, and I love.
we're on the beautiful Flattery's beach. Tide's a fair way out, Hev.
It's a long way we're going to walk to the water's edge.
Yeah, and not too many cars down here at the minute, but yeah, it's like there's even corrugation on the sand. It's pretty tough, pretty hard, but the beach is absolutely pristine. I've said it before, I reckon this is one of the probably one of the greatest beaches in Australia. I reckon it's one of the colours that you get from the water and from the sand are pretty awesome. Oh yeah, and we bought a cup of coffee with us as well.
But I also love these acres and dirt on this land. I've worked hard for all that we
So I just travelled a little bit further down the coast and we come into another little popular spot called Burners Beach. So I just drove through this little area. It looks, there's some vacancies, but still probably a little bit busy, but the beach is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, got that real white sand and blue water again. So just sort of debating whether we stay where we are for another night or come down here.
More and more each day, we got it made. I've been chasing these acres since 18 years old. Now those acres are mine and they're calling me home. I'm out on the road almost 4 nights a week, and as soon as I'm home it's just cold beer and weed. I love the crowds and I love the boys in my band, but I also love these acres of dirt on this land. I grew up in town, but that's not what I need.
Well, we're just at a beautiful little beach just around from the Corny Point lighthouse, and it's quite sheltered just in here, and the water's really clear still. We haven't heard any or seen any signs of the algae bloom at the moment, have we, on this trip?
No, not on this trip.
But we do hear that it's getting bad again down near Pondalawi Bay and Daly Head, and so we might sort of come across it a little bit later on this trip.